Alright, folks, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Geeks and Degenerates. As you can see, we got a pretty loaded cast here because today we are talking about The Suicide Squad by James Gunn. Now, I want to start this video off by asking, what did everyone think coming into this movie? Let's start with Enza.
Um, Please God, get this one right. Just please God, let this be good. Because we've all seen the 2016 version. We're all horrified of how bad it was. So coming into this, like, I'm so nervous. If this is bad, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Thankfully, this movie's pretty fucking great. And I'm really happy about it. Very happy.
Spoilers. Whatever.
No, num.
Yes, num num. Let's move on to Nina.
Personally, I felt the same way, but I was also like, this has to be good, right? Like, it has to be better. The bar is on the ground. You walk over it, and it should be perfectly fine, right? That's exactly what I was thinking about. So I mean, my expectations, my bar was very low, just because I was like, this is a hard thing to try to soft reboot. It was a soft reboot, right?
No,
No.
it's a
Direct
sequel,
continuation.
isn't it?
it
Oh, it's a-
technically
Right.
it's a bit of both. It's a bit of a continuation. If you want to acknowledge that Suicide Squad 1 happened, you could. Or if ignore that shit happened, you also could.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, bar was on the floor because my heart was already broken from the first one. So, yeah, I was just kind of protecting myself, just like hoping that it wouldn't hurt me the way that 2016. Yeah. So exactly, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Jomar.
Yeah, when Enzo sent me the trailer, I had my doubts, to be honest. And then I finally watched it, and I was like, oh, James Gunn. I like Guardians of the Galaxy 1. 2, sure, maybe. Actually, no, it was pretty good. But yeah, I kind of like still had my doubts. I was like, there have been other directors who've directed superhero films and they weren't that great. And fucking watched it. Fucking surprised. Holy shit. Again, spoilers. It's pretty fucking good. But yeah.
Yeah,
That's not a spoiler. That's not a fucking plot point.
yeah. I mean,
It was good. It's not a plot point.
yeah. I mean, like, look, if you're new to the Geeks and Degenerates channel, like, we just talk about spoilers here. So, like, if you're a returning viewer, you already know this. So we're gonna go into spoilers later. But for now, let's go to Seb.
I thought this movie was gonna be fun, but gonna fucking break my heart because, like, I don't know that much about James Gunn besides the fact I haven't hated any of his fucking Guardians work. Like, I liked his Marvel stuff. I know he did Dawn of the Dead with Snyder. I think he wrote that, right? He wrote the screenplay for Dawn of the Dead, which Snyder directed, which is apparently still his best work. He wrote Army of the Dead, for those who don't fucking know. So I was going into this as optimistic as I could. Still very sad I wasn't getting Deadshot because I do like my mercenary boys, and up until this time, like, Bloodshot never fucking mattered. I was like, it's good since it's Idris Elba. Like Xenomorph Assassin does look pretty cool, so I was hoping for the best there. John Cena as Peace, real fucking stupid. I was looking forward to John Cena being anything else other than John Cena. Because, like, to me, the worst thing about John Cena is everything he's done in wrestling. So, I was really looking forward to this man with so much talent finally use it. So, I was hopefully optimistic. Like, I was like, I really hope it's good. Really hope it's good. I think Nina just OD'd on something. Oh, never mind. No, because her camera lagged, and she looked like she just OD'd.
I mean, it could be a segue into Pulp Fiction.
That's true. That's true.
That's true.
That's the thumbnail for the Pulp Fiction video. Just need to go. yeah, I was optimistic, but also like a traumatized person in the dating scene was not sure if I was willing to commit to the idea of the movie. But I'm glad that I had faith and trusted in 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 the guns. I stuck to my guns, James Guns, and it turned out to not disappoint me in any way at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, I actually didn't despise the first one. It was below average for me. It was like a 4, but like, I didn't hate it. There were things I did like about it. Like, it was in a movie. So going into this one, I was like, well, again, like Seb, I haven't hated any of James Gunn's work yet.
You
So-
didn't hate David Ayer's Suicide Squad?
James Gunn. Oh, yeah. I
No,
didn't hate. I
You
didn't.
didn't date. You
I
didn't
didn't-
hate David Ayer's.
I didn't
You
hate.
didn't hate
I
David Ayer's
didn't.
Suicide Squad?
I didn't. I actually didn't. Like this is still stupid. Like this is dumb. But
Yeah, you didn't hate it.
no,
You didn't hate it at all.
uh, again, it was a 4 out of 10 for me. Like it was alright. It was alright. It was
You
alright.
actually rated it higher than me, but I hate it more than you do.
Huh.
What a surprise.
But yeah, so and I'm a relatively big fan of Suicide Squad stuff in the comics. Like I've read some stuff, not much, but I am familiar with the mythos, and I guess that was what I was kind of looking for. That in this movie is just that feeling of stakes in this ragtag Black Ops team, and I got that, and I got so much more than I was expecting, and yeah, there's long story short, I really fucking like this movie. It's probably up there like with one of DC's best and one of my favorite comic book movies in general, I guess. So having that said, how did you guys feel about the new cast and how they handled basically spoilers, killing off half of them in the beginning? Let's start with Jomar.
I mean, dude, I fucking loved it. The new guys, Peacemaker, fucking King Shark, and what's the name of the rat girl? Not very familiar.
Ratcatcher.
Ratcatcher.
Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah, Ratcatcher too.
And
Two
Polka
catcher,
Dot Man.
Ratcatcher 2 Electric Boogaloo.
two rat, two
Wait,
catcher.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Ratcatcher 2 Attack of the Clones.
But yeah, I did like the new cast and everything. Kind of a shame that they killed off majority besides Harley, of the old one, especially Captain Boomerang and Rick Flag. A little bit of a heartbreaker since this is like Jai Courtney's only good role. No offense to you, but seriously. But yeah,
No offense. It's like the Filipino tita that tells you you look good but you're fat.
well, I am Filipino, that's it. No, but yeah, a little bit upset that Boomerang kind of left there, especially
Same.
Flag, and Will was part of that team that just went. Yeah. That's pretty much it. But I do love the new cast. Not gonna lie, they put a lot of depth within a span of what, 2 hours, an hour and 15,
Yeah.
2 hours and 15.
Thereabouts.
Yeah. Those were my thoughts.
And so
I'm on the same boat with Jomar. I do love the new cast. I really was surprised that I cared so much about Polka Dot Man. It's like, really, Polka Dot Man? And then as the movie goes on, like, wow, I really care about him.
A fucking mum!
you know who that is? It's your fucking mom.
Hey, Mom!
Majority of the new characters, I'm like, I've never heard of these people.
Yeah,
And
same here.
the fact that James Gunn made me care so much about them, it says something. And also the fact that they kill a lot of them in the opening too. It's like, oh, look, it's the daughter of Mongol. Oh shit, she's on fire. Weasel, I kind of felt was gonna die instantly, but like it was fun.
That was fucking hilarious.
Oh, he can't swim.
He's dead. Weasel is dead.
They just fucking kill Sid from Ice Age off the bat.
Amanda Waller just turns around like, did none of y'all know that he can't fucking swim?
Bottom line is, I do wish there was a Bloodsport TV show.
Yeah, like a lone.
Yeah, along with the Peacemaker show, sure. But like, I want Bloodsport more to have his own show.
I mean, Peacemaker's dead. So.
Did you not see?
Did you not see the end scene?
All right.
Edwin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I totally forgot about that. Totally forgot about that.
Nick is the host of the show. Not aware of the after credits.
No. I totally blanked on that for some reason.
Dude,
No, it's okay. That's valid.
dude, he did the most John Cena shit and kicked out of 2 with death.
Actually.
Like he refused to job to death. Leave it to John Cena.
Oh, man.
Everyone's face though was really funny. Like I clocked everyone's faces of just like.
It was like,
Do we tell the boy?
Dusty,
I-
I'm afraid to tell you. I'm afraid to tell you this.
Sorry not to tell you this one.
oh shit, who's going?
Who gonna tell him?
I'm gonna tell
I'm
him.
gonna say Santa Claus ain't real.
Who gonna make like Soldier Boy and tell him?
Oh.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, carry on. Yes, carry on.
I
Yeah.
just needed to insert that joke somewhere.
Yeah,
Bad for days.
as one should.
Yes.
Alright, Nina, your thoughts on the cast?
Okay, so it was. I came into it knowing that people like off the bat the tone was already set. Nah, people aren't going to survive. I kind of could predict it halfway that I was like, hey, so and so isn't here yet. Like, Bloodsport isn't here yet. Is there a second team? Like, a lot of the plot points were very predictable, but not in a bad way. Because the way that it actually got there was very. Because I predicted a lot of it surprisingly. I was surprised too. I was like, oh, I bet they're gonna kill so and so off. And then I was like, oh shoot! Oh my god! Like you can ask Mika about it. I was like, oh damn, they're really dead. Like I was just kind of like calling it to be like, baka they'll die. Oh, they're dead. Huh? Where's this gonna go?
It's in the name.
Yeah, I was like, might as well. The tone was set, and I was ready for people to die. I wasn't ready to care for people. That's what I wasn't ready for, because I was like, this is a very comedic movie. I'm not very much for movies where comedy movies where I end up caring for people, because a lot of the time, especially like a really wild movie like this, I was expecting to just be entertained. But what came as a surprise was to actually care for them, and I was like, oh shoot, I actually really like Ratcatcher, right? Ratcatcher through Electric Boogaloo. I really enjoyed her character. She was so cute. I have a soft spot for characters like that because I too have daddy issues. Especially when they look everyone's face. Everyone's face. I too have daddy issues, guys. So it's a soft spot for me. I'm very open about it. Don't mind me.
That's fine.
I was just like,
I can go dark too. Y'all know it.
Geeks and Degenerates gets really fucking real.
dude, it's like
that was hella real.
Of course, the one girl in the podcast has
daddy issues.
Podcast full of nothing but men. Is Nina fucking crying? No.
No, I'm not. I'm just laughing. I'm
Okay,
laughing, but
sweet.
I'm trying not to overpower because I don't know if my thing is louder. But anyway.
Your thing is definitely louder. You're
absolutely.
levels wise way higher than us.
Okay, I will set it lower.
Yeah. Anyway, is that Nina's opinion?
Oh yeah, but like yeah. Just to end it, like I did not expect to care, but I really cared for everybody, especially the ones who lived. Harley Quinn. I have to ask later about how you guys
Four
think
of
of
them?
Harley Quinn, but I
I
really
got
enjoyed.
opinions.
I got. Yeah, but I really, I really enjoyed everyone's performances. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Seb?
Just for everyone who will end up watching this movie, I swear to God, if you pull anything from this podcast, it's this. Her name is Margot Robbie. Good. You don't pronounce that T. Just please stop pronouncing the T.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Margot
Puta.
Robbie.
What
The T is
fuck?
silent.
On more than one occasion, I've
Hillbilly.
actually heard someone refer to her as Margot Robbie. It's not. It never has been. It never will be her name. Oh, Robbie. Okay. Anyway. Going into this
Can't
movie
go.
expecting relative shit. But DC have a hard-on for being Marvel. So when they got James Gunn on, I was like, well, James Gunn's not bad at doing this shit. So I'm hoping for the best. The last time James Gunn directed a superhero thing, a ragtag group of people who don't quite follow the law, and this was the same shit. And I was afraid that it was gonna feel too much like Guardians, and that didn't feel like the case here. And the difficult thing about making a story about the Suicide Squad is it's supposed to make you as a viewer or morally, ethically confused. Because what you have to do here is make a story centered around villains. You also somewhat have to make sure that these villains are portrayed as villains. But also acknowledge the fact that these are your main characters. So psychologically, a lot of readers, a lot of viewers would sympathize towards them. You also have to balance that out with the fact that these are also villains. So like, you can't forget that in your head. Because under circumstances where they're not in the squad, they're probably going to be doing some fucked up shit. So that's the shift people are going to have. Like, Harley can be a villain after this. Bloodsport can be a villain after this. Any one of these people can be a villain after this, except for Rick Flagg. So James was gonna be able to balance that shit out. And I gotta say, if it's gonna be ensembles and criminals, give it to Jimmy Gunn. Because, like Stacy's mom, he's got it going on. Like, I trust this guy when it comes to these, like, not so hero-led hero movies. I think he knows what he's doing. And I was really hoping that Bloodsport would come out my favorite character, because he credentials that line up with my favorite archetypes. Since we're not getting the Fresh Prince of Bel Rev, I'm glad we are getting, possibly the best role that Idris Elba's ever played.
Yeah, I want to touch on a point Seb touched on, which is that the fear that this movie might turn out like Guardians, because like I definitely felt that at one point. Like I was like halfway through the movie, and it's like, this is starting to feel a lot like Guardians. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, oh, never mind.
Oh, it ain't.
Yeah, because I think what James Gunn does so well in this movie is balancing these characters and portraying this ensemble as, again, like he strikes this thing where he makes us care about these characters, but he also makes it very clear that these characters are not good people. Like he makes us both cheer for them and just recoil at some of the fucked up shit that they do. And he manages to make it all strike a very like comedic, like a very dark comedy tone. Like a scene that comes to mind is when they move to rescue Rick Flagg, and you see them work as a team and do all this fucked up shit to these people.
Oh my god.
Like, Bloodsport and Peacekeeper just flexing on each other, doing all this fucked up shit to these soldiers, and like you're cheering for them because like they're killing the bad guys. Like, yeah, woo! And then they get to the end. I was like, why did none of my men notify me that you were coming here?
There goes the resistance.
She's part of the freedom fighters. But like, it's
You just killed an entire army of people.
not even
An entire army of the.
they weren't even soldiers.
They weren't even soldiers.
They weren't even soldiers.
And like that's the thing too, because like it fits so well with what the Suicide Squad is and how these people are villains, because they're doing something both, like in hindsight, it's something both very like heroic but fucked up, but also like very villainous and fucked up. And it's so,
Yeah.
and that scene in particular was just so fucking funny.
Like sure. Like the entire
No
way
one likes
is-
to show off unless what that guy is showing
Showing
off
off is
really
dope as fuck.
Dope as fuck.
Fuck.
Fuck, he's right.
Yeah. I don't know, like what did you guys think about that scene? Let's start with Seb this time.
Yeah.
I loved the out of this scene. I thought it was one of the movie because like for one I get to see Xenomorph Assassin Barb just fucking flipping off John Cena the way I wanted to when it was too. And I'm just seeing these guys trying to one up each other, and they're both doing equally cool shit. My two favorite characters from this movie are actually John Cena and Xenomorph Elba. So it was nice to see them try to see who was better at their job, and I preferred Idris Elba more than Cena slightly, but I just gotta say, John Cena going with the axe, one of the best scenes in movie history. Just go ta 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 ta. Just go full overcooked on this fucker's body. Like that was cool. That was cool as shit.
That was hella clean.
That's hella clean.
Yeah, I didn't know why he decided to go about it that way. There's a definitely cleaner cinematically. Fucking phenomenal. I also like the part where he decides to put a fucking suppressor on his already oversized Desert Eagle. And just take a
Like,
couple fuckers out with it.
Like, what's that
That's
gonna
not gonna
suppress?
be any more silent. It's a fucking 50 AE. Like, everyone's still gonna shit. But okay, John. You don't want to be seen? Okay, John. Yeah, to me, one of the best scenes in the movie, and the conclusion to that was so good. like,
Absolutely.
I actually, you said, like, this is the scene that really embodies how fucked up this is. Because if this was under the circumstances of the Avengers, it would have mattered more. Like, it would have been more fucked up to people. But because these are the bad guys, you kind of remember this is kind of what they do.
Exactly.
So even though it was fucked up, it doesn't have that much levity to them at all. They're just like, oh, okay, our bad, we'll make up for it. But not in a way that makes you feel guilty that this happened, because they're the bad guys. Like, I know blood was pretty appealing to people, you right? But like, then you see that he's because like the fucking floors and shit, and then like you get his backstory. He's been in his life, and he's here because he put Superman where in the ICU anyway. I'm just doing as many Soldier Boy jokes as I can in this video. I got another one lined up for later. But yeah,
I feel like I know what it
was
is.
you roughly know what it is, but like, yeah, it was one of the best scenes in the movie. I had a lot of fun with it, and he embodies the dark comedy tone of the movie. Because like, if you really think about it, that scene would have been very fucked up if it were anyone else. But because it's a Suicide Squad, it just lines up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Ratcatcher 2 is a cinnamon roll. I will kill every world and then myself if you touch a hair a little matted piece of hair on that girl who desperately needs a shower. Not let anyone hurt her Ratcatcher too, or Sebastian. I do mean the rat. Since I'm
Okay.
anyway, yeah, go on. You guys know.
Let's move on to Enzo.
I love that scene, especially the synchronized stealth kills. When Cena slices the guy's throat with the axe and just chops the other guy like Overcooked too. And then the last portion of the scene is when Cena and Alba are kind of one up each other, and Cena kills the guy who's just woke up with his cock and balls hanging out. And then
It was coming out of the bathroom.
right.
Was
And
it?
then-
No,
and then those-
I don't think there are a ton of people in the rainforest who just sleep with their cock and balls out. It was coming out of an outhouse.
Oh, okay.
I had the question. I was like, did I just see a dick?
Yeah, same.
Did
here.
I
was
just see a dick? It took me a second. I was like, because we were still watching it. I was like,
Yeah.
like, James
think
Gunn
that
really
was a
played with
dick.
his R rating.
yeah, he really did.
They
Sorry,
really
continue, Enzo.
Though the whole time they were killing these men, I was like, I don't think they're part of General Luna's army. Because we see Rick Flag get arrested by them. I was like, they seem like resistance fighters. And when you get to them, I was like,
And no uniform.
yeah. And then the fact that they weren't really prepared, they're like, no one's coming. We don't see the army of General Luna. From
General
Luna.
Savage.
I had to stop. I was like, hello, Luna.
But yeah, the
Ano
one scene
ginagawa
when,
ni John Arcilla sa Suicide?
but yeah, the synchronized kills and the way it's all executed, pun intended, done magnificent, beautifully.
He did it again! He did it again!
Significantly, guys.
He did this in Django! He did this in Django!
Stop it.
Magnificently.
And
Oh man.
the lady from Predators, the
Yeah.
leader.
Yes.
She was.
Yes.
She was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sniper lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the get in the chopper bitch. But I just want everyone to be ready for Disney's new female-led movie. It's a protagonist-led movie produced by Enzo Castillo called Magnificent.
Coming soon.
Oh my
folks.
god.
It's not a C, it's a K.
Watch it now on Disney Plus.
Magnificent.
Starring
Magnificent.
Angelina Jolie na magtangal.
I'm so sorry to those who aren't Filipino and are watching this. Just Google it. Oh, Jomar. Jomar, you're coughing.
We're on a fucking budget here, guys. You can't afford Angelina Jolie. Anyway,
Yeah, sorry. Anyway.
Let's,
Yeah, and
let's go to Jomar, shall we? Jungle scene, what you
yeah.
think?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking sick ass scene. Like, what'd you expect? John Cena and Idris Elba taking things out together, and it's a good introduction on what the team can do. Like, you can see how Idris Elba is pulling each weapon out. You could see how capable, and I don't know where he keeps his arsenal. Peacemaker
everywhere.
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 is everywhere.
Peacemaker has a
No,
holster, bro.
no, where did he get his sword and the axe?
Maybe that's what's in his bulge.
I love that scene before that jungle scene.
Dude,
Just John Cena in tidy white.
Look,
Like-
there's a legend in wrestling, right? That Dave Batista has massivest cock in wrestling. But after seeing John Cena's, how much more is Dave packing? That John isn't in first place. This man has more cock in him than fucking poultry. This man some serious heat. What the fuck?
That is true. Well, I think now we know what guy would sleep in the woods butt ass naked now. It'll be John Cena.
In a rainforest, just takes off all his fucking clothes.
Hey man, it's humid.
Hey, he puts on tidy whities for the courtesy of his team.
That's racist.
What? Tidy whities? That's racist.
That's racist.
That's where he keeps the suppressor, mate. As he said.
Right.
Oh man.
But yeah, you get a really good introduction to what the team can do, what Polka Dot Man can do.
Pokemon.
Shut up.
Pokemon.
Pokemon Man.
Sorry, I can't.
What's happening with everyone today?
I'm getting infected by Enzo, man.
Sorry, it's just like
Fuck you.
it's just like I annoy.
Pokemon from what? Like,
I
what
said
were
it
you
under my
supposed to
breath. I thought you wouldn't notice if I said it under my breath, but you did, and I was like, shit,
Nina, your
I'm
mic
sorry.
is so
What were you
strong.
supposed to say?
Nina, you basically shouted that,
Polka
bro.
Dot Man. Polka Dot Man.
I was like, okay.
I was like,
Okay,
Are we okay? This
Gago,
wasn't-
but that's... No, this is
Yeah,
fine.
this is fine. This is fine.
Gago.
But yeah,
But
King
this is
Shark,
Suicide
fucking
Squad
Rack,
si Pokemon.
gotcha, whatever.
Oh,
Oh my
Stallone's
God.
King Shark is it's adorable. How could you make Stallone so adorable? There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you.
How
Yeah.
is he
But
a
yeah,
mask, but also a tiny shark? Did you guys notice that?
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, when he was hiding in the behind of the bus.
King Shark is a mix of both being massive and also tiny. You guys notice that? There's just something very tiny about King Shark.
Yeah, I think it's the like the inherent. I hate to say it, but like I'm sure Jomar gets it as an artist. The shape that they made him, like he's
Yep.
very square. Like they made him, like they made the proportions of him very like small.
Stocky. Very
The
stocky.
dude
stocky.
from Shark Tale.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my god!
I haven't thought of that movie in years.
I have a, you
I just
unlocked the core
realized
memory.
It just popped into my head right the fuck now. I was like, why does this guy remind me of another shark that's not very powerful? Shark Tale.
Oh my
Voiced
god.
by Jack Black, by the way.
And Robert De Niro as his father.
Oh my
Okay,
God, Robert De Niro.
we're getting very sidetracked here, so
Anyway, Jomar,
getting back to the
point.
video.
Right, no, those were my points. I like those points. Very good comedic timing as well as we find out that these were actually good people
Hmm.
that were being massacred
Wasn't it
by the team.
Enzo's turn?
Oh right.
No, it was my
No,
turn.
no, Enzo already
Oh,
finished.
Enzo was
okay.
done.
You were done? Okay. I was like, what?
Pay attention, Nina.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Speaking of which, Nina, your turn.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes,
really quickly, I enjoyed Seb brought up a good point that this was a very good point of characterization in action rather than, it's a really good show, don't tell. And I very much appreciate that, like, as someone who writes as well, that's very interesting to me because you could just be like, oh, they're bad guys. You can have them, like, narrate themselves like, oh, yeah, they're bad guys. Of course they'd be killing everybody. But this scene was pivotal in the sense of like you really got to understand that these were bad guys for a reason. Like they're able to kill these people, no problem. Albeit it was a bit of a bad move considering they were supposed to be quote unquote the good guys at the time. But that leads into the comedic point of it. Good guys very loosely. But they're still villains, of course, and it really lends into it, and I appreciate that because it's not often in movies that you get characterization in a action scene like this, where you really get to see, oh, this is how they function. So yeah, that's really my point. I use the term "good guys" very, very, very loosely.
Yeah, no, very evidently, very,
Incredibly
very fucking loosely.
There's a difference between protagonists and they're definitely the protagonists in this movie.
Absolutely.
but there are not a lot of good guys in this movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I meant to say
Polka dot
protagonist,
man.
not
Yeah. Speaking of protagonists, we need to talk about Harley Quinn. We need
Sure.
to talk about Harley Quinn.
I wanted
McQueen.
Seb had wanted to bring up a point if I could
Seb, would you like to start us off?
fine. This is the best representation of Harley Quinn since the Harley Quinn cartoon show. I have been waiting 3 movies for Harley to be done justice. Because in Suicide Squad, we got like the beginnings of Harley, the Stockholm Bruce Timm era Harley Quinn. And then in Birds of Prey, we got Cardi B Quinn. You know, it's like she went through the phase of thinking that if she was like if she shouted, that she won the argument. So I hated the Birds of Prey movie because I know Harley Quinn's a lot better than this. Like, she can represent feminism on a different scale as Wonder Woman because Harley Quinn's significantly more flawed. And it represents a whole demographic of women that truly exist. Like, there are a lot of fucking flawed women who've gone through a lot of fucking abuse and have risen up better people. And Harley represents that. Within at least DC. And so Suicide Squad itself, I did not see that. I did not see the redeemed Harley. Did not see the Harley that rose up from all the adversity that she's gone through and became significantly better. And that's this Harley Quinn. This Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. Best Harley Quinn we've ever had. And I don't know how you can get better than this. I just think you should continue on from this. Because this is a phenomenal version of Harley. The only thing I wish is that she got to keep her suit from the first scene. Instead of, like, you know, going through the
In the
entire
dress?
movie in a fucking tutu. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, not that she didn't look great. It's fucking, you know, it's Margot Robbie. Like, no matter what she's wearing, like, even if it's this fucking dress, she's still gonna look like, you know, Rough Night at the Prom Rough Night at the Prom Barbie. But, like, I wanted to see that and we barely got to see it. But Harley Quinn is represented really well here. This is the second best representation of a woman in any superhero movie ever to me.
Mm.
First is Justice League Snyder Cut, and second is this. Just in my opinion, you don't gotta take my Maylas opinion on that. But yes, in my opinion, the best representation of Harley Quinn, and the second best representation of a woman hero movie ever. Or rather, equal to the representation of Wonder Woman in Snyder Cut.
Right. Nina, would you like to bounce off of that?
Yeah, I think I guess the line that really spoke to me the most when she was after she killed the first guy, the guy who was in love with her. I
president?
forget. Yeah, the
Henry
president.
Luna?
Yeah, Henry Luna.
Not Henry Luna,
Um,
you fuck.
Not Henry Luna, the Bachelor guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
the
Henry
Bachelor.
Luna. Savio Luna.
That's Henry Luna?
Savio Luna, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I think it was indicative of, like, the line that I remember the most was, I really don't like, I remember the moment I had a red flag, I would kill a guy. I would kill him. Like, I see a red flag in a guy and I'd kill him. And I'm like, you know, I don't know why. I guess to bounce off of Seb's point, like, it was kind of a sign of her growth. In my opinion, that line was that, oh no, she's come a far way from being like Stockholm Syndrome. Oh, I was about to say a really bad joke. Stockholm Syndrome Harley to this Harley who's like kind of pushed herself into a much better position. She's still fucking crazy, but in the best way possible. And I really enjoyed her performance. I can't really say much for Harley's character because I was not really exposed to much Harley growing up. Like, I saw like the animated Batman and stuff like that, but I never really resonated with her as a person, like her character. But as Margot Robbie, I really enjoyed her performance, and she really brought a lot of fun into it. And I like that they kind of balanced everyone. It wasn't a Harley Quinn movie. They didn't make it like a, here's Harley Quinn, you know you're gonna come for her. You got to enjoy everybody else's performances, and that was something that I really loved about it. Because I was worried it would just be a Harley Quinn movie. But then when we had her do her own thing, I was like, okay, that's good. We had our Harley Quinn fix, but I still enjoyed just as much the other side of them before they rescued her. So it was really cute. I enjoyed it. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Alright, Enzo?
The choreography for Black Widow was amazing. Uh, but yeah,
Can't let you beat me to it.
I do love how Harley Quinn is portrayed in this movie. It is the most badass version of Harley Quinn I've seen in any movie. She's just amazing to watch, especially that whole escape sequence. Is like, oh my god, this is beautiful in every sense of the word. Just watching that scene makes me giddy. It's like, finally, well choreographed fight in 2021. My dreams have come true.
Those
I thought so
LSD
hard.
flowers were fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
I love the when she takes a piece of her dress and uses that as a weapon. It makes people like
Oh,
stab
yeah.
themselves. I was like, I love this. But yeah, most badass version of Harley Quinn I've ever seen in any movies.
Fun
Any
fact:
movie.
most, if not all of that, was actually Margot.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that in my what I liked about Harley. Damn.
Yeah, well, since we already spoiled part of it, Jomar.
Hi. But yeah, that's what I loved about this, especially Margot Robbie, my queen. I'm in love with her right now, actually.
Who is
It's
it?
because
Ngayon
that's
lang.
true.
Yeah.
Hello?
Ngayon lang?
You are years late, buddy.
You're late at the party, bro.
Yeah, sorry, man. But after knowing that she actually does her own stunts, like shit. Okay, I like that, especially the hallway scene with the javelin, as Enzo was talking about. That shit was badass. I swear to
For
God.
those
And-
who don't know, Margot Robbie has contests with her stunt people on who can do certain things better. I remember one from Suicide Squad where she had a contest with her stunt person on who can hold their breath longest underwater. Margot can do it for 5 minutes.
can't. My asthmatic lungs can't do that.
So, like, Harley Quinn in the comics is an Olympic level athlete. Like, an Olympic level gymnast. We got to see a lot of that, and that was cool. Most of it
that's
being
true.
Margot was also really cool.
That's true. And also her comedic timing. I swear to God. Yeah, that was really fucking good. But yeah, those were my takes on that.
Yeah. Honestly, my favorite part in the entire escape sequence was the beginning of it. Like after she gets tased and goes like falls unconscious, and fucking what's his face leaves the room, and
69. How did you get 69 troops?
69. How did you get 69?
Dude, honestly, I was just waiting. I was just waiting for Margot to go. We're here under Operation Ligma. Just Operation Ligma.
Yeah, but I mean, just there's just something about when she just grabs that guard by the legs and fucking lifts him up as she's strangling him and breaks his fucking neck. It's like, alright, she.
This is especially great for Edwin.
Oh yeah.
Edwin must have been especially happy with that scene.
That little
Edwin's just
chuckle.
Edwin's just like Margot Robbie's husband is the luckiest man on earth.
Honestly, like I like as I was going through this movie, I just like, yeah, honestly, like one of my thoughts just like these guys working with Margot, I want to be those guys, you know.
Yeah, these guys working with Margot.
Yeah, Margot.
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 But yeah, just I fucking love Harley in this movie, man. Margot plays her so fucking well, and like Seb was saying earlier, like this is the version of Harley that we all fucking deserve, dog. Man, it just everything about her was phenomenal, from her acting to her stunts to comedic timing. Everything was so fucking on point. And while we're talking about female characters, let's bounce over to Two Rat, Two Catcher.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The
Ratatouille.
sweetest
Who
movie ever.
I personally see like
Ratcatcher
is
2 Attack of the Clones.
is the heart and soul of this fucking movie. Like,
Yes.
like absolutely. Like let's start with Jomar for this one.
But I don't know, man. All I can say is she's a cinnamon roll. Like what the
Simonon.
cinnamon roll.
Synonym role.
Guys!
God damn it, Enzo.
Dami nangyayari. Getting fuck up sa video na.
I've hanged out with you for too long.
You hanged out? You hanged out? You hanged out?
Anyway, yes, I do like Rockcaster, especially knowing their dad is Taika Waititi. That's actually pretty cool as well. And I fell in love with the rat as well. It's a really good I would say kind of R2 segue. I would say like what would you call that? I don't know.
I prefer the rat over R2 actually.
Same here.
He's just a good rat. I don't
It's a good ass
Yeah,
pet.
I don't get why this is a conversation we have to have, and he's real.
He's real.
Wait, what?
He's
That's not a
re-
CG
it's
rat?
not C- He's enhanced with CG, but for the most part, Sebastian's a real rat.
Can I actually like?
Yes,
Son
his
of a-
real
I
name
want-
is Jaws. I'm not kidding.
Cute.
I wish they stuck with that and have actual King Shark right be there, just to be there.
One of the professional rats in this movie's name is Crisp Rat. I'm not kidding. I wish this was a joke, but I swear to God, one of the actual professional rats on set's name is Crisp Rat.
Take with this information what you.
I'm
take
gonna
this
keep it
information how you
close to
will.
my heart. I'll keep it close to my heart.
I'm just giving the audience as much information I can about as I possibly could because I've done a lot of research on it.
That I've only watched this movie once, and it was 2 days ago.
Damn. Alright, let's move on. Enzo?
I think we all agree we absolutely love Ratcatcher too. Daniela Melchior did an amazing job as her, and the fact that I was so worried when she was in peril, especially when she had the information. It's like, please, please, please don't die. Please don't die. This
Yeah.
It's a testament to how well this character was handled. And like, I want to see her in the sequel. I want to see her in other DC properties.
Like
That
John,
thing legit
please
scared the
don't.
shit out of me.
John, please don't kill her like you did the Nexus, please. For once, for once, let the new talent shine, please.
Oh man. Seb?
I think Ratcatcher 2 is the Airy of the Suicide Squad. You know, like don't you dare hurt her. If you harm a little hair on her matted little head, I will destroy the world and everything you love in it, and I'll make you watch as I do. Do not hurt Ratcatcher 2, Electric Boogaloo. I love this woman. Please do not hurt her. She is my daughter. My name is Robert Dubois. I am also British. Anyway. Yeah.
Gotcha, Milton.
Right. I loved Ratcatcher too. No complaints about her. Daniela Melchior, I really hope you get more fucking roles after this. I hope you become a Hollywood megastar. And also, one thing to note is that she did this tremendous acting performance with a thick accent. But no one will complain. No one's gonna talk shit about her accent because you love this character. And this is something that I believe as audience members and as moviegoers we have to accept. Is like we have to accept that this is a thing. And we have just because the quality of her English isn't as articulate as one who speaks English natively, that it can't be a phenomenal performance. You
Absolutely.
know, like it was a really good performance despite a really thick accent. That did not hold this shit down. That did not hold her performance down. Nothing wrong with Ratcatcher 2, Electric Boogaloo. I just want to see more. I just want to see her and Bloodshot Dad just beat, Aizawa and Eri teaching each other some skills. Like, teach me how to shoot a gun, and I'll teach you how to get a rat to do a backflip or some shit. Like, some shit like that. I just want to see more of those two working with each other. That's all. I love Ratcatcher too.
Absolutely. Nina?
I think she brought out aspects of other characters that would not have come out if not for her presence.
Yes.
And I really appreciate that because, that just goes to show again, like you said, she is the heart and soul of this movie. And, there's just something about her performance and the way that they wrote her that really, again, brought out the father in Bloodsport that even his own daughter admittedly tragically could not come out, even though it was there. You knew it was there, but he needed a second child to bring it out, I guess, in knowing that his other child could get hurt in this moment, brought it out. And same way with sorry, I'm drawing a blank with the shark. The shark's name is
King
really
Shark.
not coming.
King Shark.
Yeah, King Shark.
Nanaue.
I was Inaue, right? That's how you say it.
Nanaue.
Nanaue.
Sorry, I didn't have subtitles, so I was basing it off of
Same.
my horrible hearing.
Same.
But Nanaue, she brought out like the sweetheart in Nanaue. Just a big hug. It was, admittedly, I was kind of terrified that he was gonna eat her.
Dude, when in the handshake,
I mean, she was trying.
When the handshake-
That was it. Where I was like, he's gonna eat her. Like he's
Or break
he's
her
gonna
arm.
straight up eat-
Yeah,
No, I thought he was
exactly.
gonna eat her. I thought he was gonna kill her.
Exactly. I really thought they were gonna go that. I wouldn't kind of that route, but I'm glad that they didn't, and they kept her all throughout. I think it raised the. I felt the stakes rise the more I got to enjoy her performance. Like the more I got to enjoy her character, because if she died, I would be very devastated. And that goes to show just how much you ended up caring for these characters. That how I ended up caring for these characters, because, it's a big stake. You don't want her dead. Everyone else can die, admittedly, and more or less kind of par for the course. But if she were to die, it would be like, well, I have nothing to live for. I guess this is it. But yeah, she did a really good job. And I'm happy. I didn't know that she wasn't a native English speaker, because admittedly I was like, oh, she spoke English very well, and I assumed that it was just like her second language or something. So
Yeah.
she did really good. How do you say her name? Daniel Melikor?
Daniela, no.
Isn't it like Melchior?
Yeah, I thought it was Melchior or something. Melchior, I don't know.
I could be
Comments.
wrong.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's
someone can-
Daniela Melchior. 'Cause at least that's how it's spelled. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Like-
I got confused too.
If somebody knows in the comments, I don't know, sound off.
I
Tell us
think
how
Can
to
you
say
tell
it.
us what Dan's name is?
Sorry.
Just tell us
us
what
what
Dan's
Dan's
name
name
is in the comments.
I think it is Melchior because I saw a video of her.
That's not how she
introducing
said it.
herself. I must
Really?
have certain then.
Really? Because I've also seen a video of her. Okay, I guess no
Yeah.
one's right.
Yeah, I guess we're all wrong.
She's
It's
fucking
a
with
hard
everybody.
name.
Yeah.
But in the event that Enzo's right, then Enzo's right, and someone give him like
A cookie,
shit.
A
Yeah, someone-
headband.
Yeah.
a headband. Oh,
But if
I had that.
Daniela is watching this, please tell us.
Probably
Daniela,
not.
if you are watching
but-
this, there's still
if you are watching this, Daniela, can I have a hug? I just
we
You're
would
a
all like to
wonderful
give you a
person.
hug.
yeah, you're so great. You brought so much warmth into the coldness that is Metro Manila ECQ. Not for Edwin though, he's fine. He's in Canada.
Yeah. Speaking of Daniela, this is actually her first English role, or American role. Everything she has done before this is Portuguese.
dang,
Yeah.
Good.
So
strong and all.
yeah. So knowing that, this was an amazing performance from her,
Yeah, man.
and there's just something I was saying that she was the heart and soul of this movie, and it's like Nina said, she draws other dimensions out of the rest of the cast, which I think is a very difficult thing to do because what Ratcatcher does in this ensemble is she completes it, I think. Like these characters are all like villains and super villains, and but she does a great job of bringing out the humanity in these characters, and she's really what makes this movie feel like it has heart and soul.
You remind me of my. Don't kill her daughter. I just never forgot that throughout the movie.
So,
Don't kill her daughter.
but yeah, I just man, like Danielle Melchior, like Ratcatcher, two catcher, like if on the off chance you are watching this video, we would all like to give you a hug.
With
Yeah,
consent. Sure.
We're asking. No one's like saying we're gonna hug you.
We're all asking nicely.
Oh, don't ask you, man.
There wasn't a single person in this video who went, Daniela, hug me. Of course, with consent. I said, I would like to give you a hug. I didn't go like, hug me.
But anyway, let's move on. Let's actually start discussing the final act. Starro as a villain, and Rick Flagg.
Oh my god.
Okay, whoever wants to start, you can go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Enzo, you want to start us off?
The final act with Starro, out of all the comic book characters that I never thought I would see on the big screen or in the live action movie, Starro was definitely one of them. It's like they'll never do that. It's kind of too ridiculous. It's no one will ever. But James Gunn, the mad scientist that he is, was Starro in here, and I like how Starro was handled. And in terms of Rick Flagg, I feel like as the movie went on, I kind of gave an impression of the bit more homicidal Steve Rogers. Like he is a soldier of honor. At
That's
the end of the day,
Peacemaker, right?
Hmm?
You said Rick Flag. You're talking
Yeah.
about Peacemaker, right?
I mean, I'm saying he's more like Steve Rogers in the fact that he's not willing to be the puppet of the government. He's like, I'm not going to do your
Yeah.
dirty
But
deeds.
yeah.
Hasn't Steve Rogers killed people? He used the gun in World War II.
Dude, he
It's World
still
War II,
killed
though.
people after World War II. He was still a killer after World War II. We're
I
not
guess-
gonna ignore the Chitauri deaths and pretend though that those didn't happen.
But yeah, he's the more honorable soldier in this entire crew. Where Peacemaker is not an honorable soldier, as you find out. And I do like the one shot to kill he had with the shotgun in the beginning of the siege.
I mean, yeah, no
Cool.
shit that Peacemaker ain't a normal soldier. Did you see him grab the dude in the car seat and just did that to him?
He did this.
And,
But it was
He did this.
He did this. He did
Dangerous
this.
game you're playing. You're playing a
He did
dangerous
this, Jomar.
game here.
Yeah, like that.
When I was doing that, I was like, do that again.
Just wondering what happened.
Do it again, but slower.
Like, is he going to go up and down, or he did that?
But y'all get what I mean.
Sure.
No, because you gotta demonstrate it. Because
Ay, nako.
Ay.
Carry on
Okay.
then.
But yeah, I love how they handled Starro, and I love how they handled Rick Flag. I feel like he's better handled here than the previous movie, and I was very sad when he died. I was like, oh, I really liked him.
Mm.
But yeah, great way of handling both characters.
Jomar?
Like, Starro was a really big oddball when it came to this movie. I was like, shit, I did not expect that in the trailer since I saw it.
he's
But-
in merch.
Hmm?
He's been everywhere on the merch. It's not like if you see the Thinker poster for Suicide Squad, it's just a bunch of little Starros behind it.
Well, to be honest, I'm not very familiar with Starro. I'm being honest with you guys. So I was like, oh, that's an odd one. Like a villain that you wouldn't really expect them to use, in my opinion. But yeah, God, it's kind of a shame with the whole Rick Flag scene because I was starting to like this Rick Flag more than the one in 2016 version because he was much cooler here. Like this is a complete 180 in my opinion of his character. Not really complete 180, but he got better in terms of writing his character. And well, that's your fault for being here. Sorry, my brother's right behind me.
Excuse me? Who are you talking to?
I mean, we didn't even notice.
No, because I thought he's screaming, so I thought my mic picked it up.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, good. But yeah, it upset me, but I'm kind of happy on how they played his death. Like it was a one-on-one fight between him and Peacemaker. It was a fast scene as well. Really well. Not like in some scenes where they would cut here, cut there. Nah, they would legitimately do an entire pan while they're doing it. Yeah.
I would just like to add to that the first half of this fight is just from the view of Cena's headpiece. Like I like that.
Oh yeah, that was a really good. That was a really good.
You mean his
shot.
beacon of freedom?
His beacon of freedom.
His toilet
Yeah,
seat?
the toilet
It's not a toilet seat.
It's his chastity belt, bro.
But to be honest, I should have not have been surprised, but I was that Peacemaker would turn on them like that. And knowing that he's a little bit of a bitch to the government, you know, very very patriotic.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Nina?
it still shocked me.
Okay, so I'll start with Starro. I had no idea who or what that was. I was
Neither
not.
did I.
I had no coming into it. I was just like, "Ooh, okay, we have an alien. We have an alien like thing coming in. All right, interesting." So I didn't really have any expectations. I just kind of let the movie give me like bring me through it. And I was like, "All right, this is really insane." Like I was like, it's a huge kaiju fight, I guess, whatever. It was very interesting. I don't really have many thoughts on it just because again, I was like head empty watching it. But not in the bad way of like, oh, it was boring. It was more just like I have no thoughts because what rational thoughts can I attribute to the insanity happening on my screen? And I think that was the kind of goal, was just to have a really good entertaining movie, which in
You're
fairness they did
immersed.
really well.
You were immersed.
Yeah, I was immersed, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really have thoughts. I just enjoyed it. As for Rick Flag, I did not expect him to die. I was really shocked. I was really, really shocked. Of all the things that I ended up predicting, that was the last thing that I could have ever have thought had happened. I assumed he would make it to the next movie, no problem. But when they were like, nope, he's fully dead, and they really had to show it with the X-ray into his heart, like Mortal Kombat style, like, here it is. I was like, oh, that's a choice that they made. It's not a bad one, but it was a devastating one, to say the
It
least.
broke our hearts.
It broke our hearts, the way that he stabbed his Peacemaker stabbed his. But yeah, again, I was so immersed that I really had no thoughts on it other than shit, that was really good. And I was so sad. I was, especially when Harley was like, he was my friend. I was like, shit, this is gonna be the thing that makes me cry, because I cry easily. You guys should know that I cry easily. So even in a comedy movie, if there's a heartfelt moment, I will cry. I almost cried when Ratcatcher had all the rats go for Starro. I know it's really weird that I would cry at that, but I was like, shit, is this gonna be the thing that makes me cry? Because fuck, that really hit my heart. So yeah. I cry at rats. Incredible. I know. I'm so crazy.
Kind of sad.
No, I have different thoughts on that. Like not not opposite to you. I just have a joke.
Oh no.
This fucking rat catcher too is using her fucking black pink light stick to summon the rats. Rat catcher blink.
Blink.
He's like, rats, do 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 do.
Oh man, it is a light stick.
It is a light stick.
It is a
like
light stick.
It's a straight up black pink light stick. Isn't it like diamond shaped and shit?
I would say it looks more like the BTS one.
Yeah, it reminds me more of the beat because the BTS one
cool.
is literally a circle.
Okay.
Yeah,
She's an army.
No, because
It's
it
an
looked pistol shaped. So
Mm.
yeah.
Ah,
Anyway.
okay, I see. I was see where then. Sorry, but yes, that was it. I cried. I cried, rats. I'm incredible. I'm a great movie person to watch movies with. I cry at everything.
Seb.
I know.
All right. So for the uninitiated, meaning Jomar, Nina, and who might be watching this as a more DC casual, Starro the Conqueror, first ever villain of the Justice League, in the first ever Justice League issue ever. Starro is very significant historically, but not since then. Like, he did the Justice League thing and he didn't really matter after that. So Patrick Starro, being in this movie, was, to me, the most James Gunn shit he could have possibly pulled. Like, he just had to have a giant fucking starfish alien come in for the Suicide Squad movie. I'm glad that they went for Starro, because it was a big character, difficult character to defeat, but not one extremely powerful, like, Enchantress, that they could actually defeat this character with their power levels.
Ooh.
I think Enchantress was such a fucking dumb decision to make, because Joker was also in the movie. Like, why would you get a girl with a bat, a dude with a lot of guns, a crocodile man, ropes guy, and what? The fucking Mexican, and have them go after something with godlike powers? I'll just call him Latino Heat. Let's go Heat, right?
Latino.
The power levels. The power levels of Enchantress as compared to Starro. Way too much of a cut above. Like, it made sense for them to go against Starro, because Starro's powers were established. He's not godlike. He's very powerful, but he's not. Enchantress is basically God. That's the wrong group of people to go against God. But here it all made sense. I was highly disturbed by his armpit vaginas, but it is what it is. Starro is a giant fucking starfish anyway.
His pit clits.
I really thought I was the only one who thought that they were who that looked like vaginas. I was like, that looks like a vagina, and I said it like really.
Dude, the moment the little starfishes started coming out of her vagina, and I was like, damn, that's a giant pussy. Then Eno was just like face bombing the whole time. Okay. Yeah, it was a great last act. I love that Bloodsport just started, go getting a fucking bazooka type thing, or a grenade launcher, whatever the fuck you want to call the electric fan gun.
Does anyone understand how it works? Is it like air pressure or something? Like, what's the no? I thought I was.
For me, I just have to ignore behind Bloodsport's guns don't really make sense from the beginning anyway. So I'll just be like, I'll just let it. I'll just sum it up to comic book bullshit.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one who didn't understand.
It looks like nanotech, so we'll just assume it's some nanotech bull. I also like the part where like the Starro bitches, like the possessed ones, started going at him, and he started pulling out every weapon he had. I was like, oh shit, there's my Fortnite harvesting tool. Oh, it's gone. But yeah, it was a nice little segment. Now go Flagg. I did not expect him to die. I thought he was gonna make it, but then again, I also thought Boomer was gonna make it. But okay, Boomer, he's gone. Um, the way he, sorry, I've been pulling out this whole podcast. I half apologize. Um, the way they depicted his death was really heart wrenching and really smart, because you could hear his heartbeats die out. Like the deeper the tile went, the slower his heartbeat got until it stopped, and they made that a very, very loud audio cue. You know, the sound in this movie is phenomenal. The use of sound in this movie is really good. It's not just the music, but their way of making sound affect you within your soul, within your mind, within your emotions. So that scene especially showed that. I also like the fight that was done, just Beacon of Freedom. I also like the fact that Peacemaker actually did get his head kind of hit against the toilet seat. They were fighting by a toilet, so that actually happened, which was nice. Are we going, like, since we're talking about the last act, are we like going as far as the Bloodsport
Yeah.
or do we just go as far as Rick Flag? Okay, the Bloodsport confrontation. I've been saving the entire fucking podcast. I was so excited when Bloodsport's bullet went through the fucking 50 AE from John Cena's Not So Subtle Desert Eagle, calling back to the scene where John Cena's supposedly used smaller bullets, so Bloodsport used the smaller bullet, and you know, he did him like Superman, you know, he Superman that hole, landed him in the ICU. That's my last Soulja Boy joke.
Okay.
For the rest of the podcast. It was a nice segment. No, that's it. That's really all I got for Soulja Boy. If anything pops up into my head, it's new. I was so worried about Ratcatcher. I was so worried about Ratcatcher. She was just like trying to call Blackpink again, and then it gets knocked out of her. And you know, this John Cena's determined is to erase the fucking government's internet search history. You know, just I was so terrified for Ratcatcher. She's like, then kill me, why? Then fucking destroy the hard drive, why kill me? And I'm like, exactly.
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking that too.
Like, what's the point of this? She's going back to jail. Who's she gonna tell?
No one will believe a criminal.
No one's gonna believe a criminal, and it's not like she's gonna hang out somewhere before coming back to jail. Just saying, John. I know you're thorough, but I think at that point, you're a dick.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was a great ending. I love that it was Bloodsport. Is anyone else here wondering why Bloodsport has the most powerful knees ever?
Nope. You're the only one, mate. You're the only one,
dude.
Like, he falls like 6 stories and then lands okay.
I get the whole, like, he has the reinforced now, I can kind of get that. But his first fall where he's just like land and he's fine, and I'm like, I wanna know where he gets his milk. Like, this guy's got a lot of calcium in his bones. Those are titanium bones. And then it just keeps on happening, and I kind of understand. But the first jump, I'm just like, are you revealing to us that you just never talked about since a while ago? Okay.
How do you still have your kneecaps with you?
It's not going through his calf. Not going through his calves.
Yeah, exactly.
To look like a boneless chicken wing by the time he landed, but he didn't. So, explain, America, explain.
I am confusion.
I'm confusion.
What do you mean? It's not Arkansas.
What? What?
It's a fucking vine, dude.
Yeah, it's a vine, you don't know. Why is this Kansas and why is this Arkansas?
Why is this Kansas, but this is not Arkansas? What do you mean, Arkansas? I am confusion. America, explain.
Yes. We should send Jomar that later, but
Yes, please.
Absolutely. Yeah, but getting back to the video, this is one of my favorite final acts in like recent memory. It just does so many things right. Like Starro was a perfect choice for this movie. Like Seb said, very powerful villain, but not godlike, and he's like just right for the Suicide Squad to take on. This final act, it had stakes, and it really made me think like, what the fuck is gonna happen? Like, who the fuck is gonna die? Milton.
Milton.
Yeah.
I killed Milton.
Yeah.
I'll be your friend, Milton.
Milton's still with us. Who's Milton?
Yeah. There was so many moments where I was genuinely like nervous for these characters, like especially King Shark when he falls off the
Fell out
fucking
of the
building. Yeah. Like is he dead? Damn.
Same.
Yeah, and talking about Rick Flagg, like everyone else here, I think I just did not see that coming. Like, I genuinely thought Rick Astley was gonna make it through to the end of the movie.
Did you see Rick Astley?
Ashley.
I heard that.
Yeah, I knew it was. I was like, he's saying that as a joke, right? Yeah, he has
Yeah.
to.
Wait,
Be.
question. Have you been saying this the entire video, or is it
No.
the first
No,
time
he's
you
been
said
saying
it?
Rick Flag.
Yeah.
This is the
Okay,
first time he's
okay,
said
just
it.
making sure.
that'd be so
Like,
funny.
did
I
I
think at
miss?
this point, our fuck ups are so like ingrained into us that we can't tell whether or not it's a joke. Is the problem
Dude.
now?
Yeah, I feel for
Dude.
Rick Astley.
I'm perfect, bro.
Ashley?
Astley. God,
I
Rick
heard
Ashley?
Ashley.
Who said Ashley?
I said
Who
Astley.
said Ashley? It might have been
Jomar.
Jomar.
Oh.
Jomar
It
said
would've been
Ashley.
me. Might have been
Jomar
me.
said Ashley.
I'm sorry.
Rick Ashley. And I'm like, that's
Again,
me.
damn it, Enzo.
What? Okay.
But yeah,
Your
no.
fuck-ups are not Enzo's fault.
Yeah, but he gave us up. He let us down. He ran around and hurt us.
That's Peacemaker, because, like, Rick did his best.
True.
So,
True. Like, but yeah,
I hate that he died in the cute shirt too.
Yeah.
Jo-
Is that like his actual thing? He wears a yellow shirt in the comic.
No.
No.
no, he mostly wears tactical gear in the comics.
Yeah.
Alright.
and
There's nothing notable about Rick Flagg's outfits in the comics. Just
Yeah.
letting you guys know that now.
yeah,
Alright.
because he is the soldier boy.
Oh my god!
That's right,
Hey.
Soldier Boy. Tell him.
Oh, it's done.
You
thought it
wait
was
I
for
thought it was
the road
over.
team.
I
I
thought
thought
the
it
reign
was
of terror was
over.
over.
That wasn't me. That was him. Not my fault. Can't be held accountable.
Yeah. Earlier Jomar said Rick Flag made a total 180. For me, I think this is just logical development and progression.
Yes.
Like Rick Flag was kind of an asshat in 2016's Suicide Squad. He's still kind of an asshat here, but he's a cool asshat now.
This is She has my back. I was just not fire. Your sword chops the souls of its enemies.
Oh my god.
Does anybody care? No? Okay.
See
Dude,
this is why Rick Flag died. Katana didn't have his back in this one.
There we
Oh
go.
my god!
There we go, folks. Were you
Yeah.
waiting to do that joke?
No.
Yeah, were you? You just came up with it on the
Good
spot.
improv.
Yeah.
Good
Good job,
improv.
man.
That was really good.
Thank you. Anyway, while Seb's having an existential crisis, I'm just gonna continue talking about the final
Keep
act.
going.
Yeah. Peacemaker versus Bloodsport, fucking awesome. Again, like so fucking scared for Ratcatcher too. Just like just come on, man. Like I get it, you're thorough, but come on, man.
like you took enough away from us. Don't hurt Ratcatcher.
Yeah, don't hurt Ratcatcher. But just everything about that final act, and I think there's something to be said about Ratcatcher being the one to actually finish Starro off, because as far as like actually fighting, she didn't do much. She's not a combat
I
person.
think she actually fought. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean like it's just fitting that Ratcatcher was the one to basically deal the final blow to Starro. And
Actually, Harley was the one to deal the final blow to Starro.
well, it was
Assisted by Ratcatcher's rat.
The rats eating the inside of Starro's eye kind of done him in.
Yeah, but like, that wasn't necessarily a blow, but sure,
it was team
we
effort.
can go with it.
It was a team effort.
Team effort.
It was a
Team
team
effort.
effort.
Team effort. Team effort.
That is a woman power scene.
Mm.
Like, you didn't realize it, but that's both the women who dealt it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's how you
Like
do
that-
it naturally.
That's how you do it, Marvel.
That's how you do it, Marvel. That's how you write your fucking characters better, Marvel.
There we
Oh my
go.
god, they
Ooh,
are.
there we go.
There's ASMR.
I had
I
to.
love it.
And
Can you start typing on your keyboard, Edwin?
a little side note before I go to the verdicts. Can we just talk about how satisfying it was to see Amanda Waller get fucking whacked?
I was gonna
'Cause-
wonder. I was wondering if you were
Man.
talking about that.
We can't not talk about that because that was so fucking satisfying.
One thing though, I want to know what the outcome was of that employee.
We didn't
I don't
see
know
her
if she-
again.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
didn't
she
see
made
her
it.
again.
Didn't
I
see
don't
her
think
again.
she made it.
Dude, Not a Violin Davis was such a good actress in this movie. Like, she was like character from the first movie, but somehow even worse.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I heard
Yes.
it. Yeah, I heard it too.
Yes.
I was like, this motherfucker, you got it. And none of you reacted.
I slipped that shit in pretty seamlessly. You almost didn't notice.
I know. I noticed. I just went with it.
I was like, wait a minute.
Like, Violin Davis.
Not a Violin Davis.
Oh, you lagged on my end, so I assumed that it was just me mishearing things. Sorry.
Oh no, I said not a violin.
Oh my god. Anyway,
It was really satisfying for that to happen, and you could tell I've had some heart in them because they were disturbed by what they were doing.
Yeah.
But also consistent because at the beginning, like, weren't these guys the ones that were picking them out? And Not a Violin Davis was like looking at them, going like, "You didn't know fucking Rizzo couldn't fucking
Yeah.
boy."
Can we just say this is the most poorly researched Black Ops team ever put together?
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of get it. I get it if they're a dummy team, though. Like, they plan it as a dummy team.
Yeah, but Bloodsport. They didn't know he had a fucking rat phobia.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good fucking point.
The only thing that kind of like holds up to that argument is the whole "I'm an assassin. Why would I say my phobias" kind of thing. But then you would assume that they would do more research into it. It's a weak argument. It's a very weak argument.
Yeah.
But I kind of would just let it go.
Yeah, like if you're
I
the
was like,
government,
fine, we'll let it
you
go.
you dig up as much dirt as you humanly can on somebody. Like especially if you're gonna put
But
them
like
into.
in fairness to Bloodsport, like how much information do on this guy? And second, like, yeah, he is an assassin. It's not like it's a job interviewer going like, "So Bloodsport, what are your weaknesses?"
What are your fears? What are your greatest fears?
Like,
Yeah,
these
that's fair.
people plan to kill him if he fucks up. I don't think they'd really be the type to talk about what their weaknesses are to these people. Because, like, one wrong move and you're fucking dead. So I wouldn't have brought up my weaknesses either. I wouldn't have gone like, I can't deal with ants. Anybody. You know? Oh, fuck, everyone knows now. Like,
Are you being
yeah,
serious?
Oh, you didn't know? My greatest fear is ants.
Anyway, just go on. Pass this back.
Yeah, it made sense to me, but yes, I do agree it was poorly researched. And if they were planning to have that be a decoy team the whole time, sure. The thing that made sense to me was TDK.
Mm.
So the
The detachable kid, or as he's known in the comics, Arm Fall Off Boy. Not kidding, that's his name in the comics.
oh my god, I'm
Um,
fall off boy.
Why does James Gunn have a thing for casting Nathan Fillion in things just to have him get killed? TDK
Yeah.
and Prison Rapist from Guardians of the Galaxy 1. These are the two roles he's had with James Gunn. He's been killed in both.
It's kind of a shame
Um,
too, because they could have cast him for Green Lantern. I would like to see him as
He's
Green
too
Lantern.
old to be Hal Jordan, man. He's objectively too old.
Yeah.
I wanted them to
Understandable.
at least make TDK at least competent, because who the fuck goes into battle doing...
Headbats.
And bats.
Headband.
What the
I love
fuck
Bongo.
was that?
I love how Javelin didn't even do anything. He just got shot before he could even do it.
Flula tried. Flula tried.
Yeah.
Um,
Man. Okay, so let's move on and give this movie our final verdicts. Oh, Enzo, you have something to say?
no, I was that like seeing Amanda Waller being whacked by her staff is extremely satisfying. The fact that, for me at least, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller it's like they tore her from the comics, and this is her. This is how I imagine Amanda Waller, and yeah, I do wonder what happened to the staff member, because she's not like Abby, where she can kill you with one swing. It's like-
Stop bringing up last one.
That's it.
I know.
Let
I
it die.
know.
Okay.
What did he
Else
say?
has the golf club.
What did he say?
That she can't kill somebody with just one swing like Abby does from The Last of Us 2, and then everyone.
But
Just,
Yeah.
I get you what you mean though, because Golf Club got you.
Yeah.
Enzo
I
just,
love, how
know.
everyone I love how everyone got on the train of making reference nothing to do with this movie. It's great. Got so much comedic gold in this video.
honestly, yeah.
It is.
But
yeah.
but let's move on and give our final verdicts to this movie. Let's start with Nina.
I will give it an 8 point. No, I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9. I was between an 8 and a 9, but I think I'll give it a 9 because I really enjoyed it.
Mm.
Many. It immersed me, and comedy movies don't usually do that, but it immersed me. So that's a high praise for me.
Jomar?
You guys?
Dude, for me, this is a 10 out of 10. Because, like, I don't know, I can't find any flaw in this movie. Sure, they killed off a lot of good characters here, but it seemed kind of natural, and, like, I kind of forgave them because this is still a really good movie. And even though that they died, like, it's understandable. It's a Suicide Squad. And, yeah, they committed to it, too. Like, I really thought at the end credit scene, I thought that was going to be Rick Flagg. Because they said, we're surprised that his heart's still beating. Nope, it's John Cena. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. I can't find any gripes about this movie. I just enjoyed it. And I will rewatch it after this.
Enzo?
I am on board with Jomar. It is a 10 out of 10 for me. I can't think of anything that I don't like from this movie. It's one of the best comic book movies I've ever seen. Ever. And I'm really glad it turned out the way it did. And I just hope to God there's a sequel, because I need more of James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
James Johns. I heard James Johns.
I think this would...
And James.
Take a shot every time Enzo fucks up.
No, you'd be dead.
You gotta do that too now with me, because I've been fucking up too in this entire video.
Good. Seb? Seb, verdict?
I think we need to do our mouth exercises before we do this fucking video.
I want to give it a 10. But there might have been something I didn't spot yet that would make it a 9.5. I'll tentatively give it a... I'll tentatively give it a 9.5. I want to give it a 10. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with this in the event that I do find something wrong with this movie, I don't want to have given it a 10 up. So a 9.5. I've watched it like 3 times, and I'll probably still continue to watch it. So yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, I love this. It's honestly my favorite DCEU movie now.
Yeah. I'm in a very similar place where I'm sort of hesitant to give it a 10 because I literally just got home from watching this before we started this video. So I want to give it a 10, but I'm gonna give it a 9 because I feel like if I watch it again, there might be something. Just after that new movie feel wears off. Yeah, but before we end the video, is there anything else you guys wanted to touch on?
Do you like dinosaurs?
Hey kids, I like dinosaurs!
I really do like sharks too. That's why I love King Shark.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god!
Enzo?
Okay, folks, that'll do it for today's video. If you like our content, please like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to see Enzo fuck up again, ring the bell icon to be notified when we upload next. We have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Geeks and Degenerates. We post a lot of extra content there. Make sure to check us out. You can find me on twitch.tv/Urity. I'll be doing regular streams from now on. You can find Jomar at Instagram at GEOM. That's Jom. It's an art account. He posts a lot of good art. Please check it out. Please support him. Enzo, you can find him on the street. Follow him. Scream at him. Punch him. Ask him if he likes sharks and dinosaurs.
I've been up since 1. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Seb's got some big stuff in the works, so please stay tuned for that. We'll announce it when it's ready. Nina, where can we find you?
You can find me at Naina on Twitch and on Instagram and Twitter. That's it.
All right, there
Please
you
don't follow
go.
me on Twitter, though.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go, folks. We hope you enjoyed this video as much as we did. And let us know what your thoughts on the movie are. We'd love to have a discussion in the comments below. But that'll do it for now. So until the next video, please stay safe. Please stay indoors if you can. Get vaccinated if you can. We're almost done. So, just stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you guys next time. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, folks, welcome back to another episode of Geeks and Degenerates. Today, we've got a big cast because we're talking about a really hot movie, just fresh off the presses, Today, we're talking about The Suicide Squad. Now,
That's right, Soldier Boy. Tell him.
You!
No!
My power. I felt a part of my soul just died watching Edmund dab.
Do a dab.
Great start to the video. Oh, Nina's gone.